Did I peak at Magic Mike? 100%. Totally. And I saw what Channing is capable of doing. So yeah, okay, that's never going to happen.
Chad Michael Murray is bearing it all in more ways than one ahead of his new Netflix film, The Merry Gentleman. The One Tree Hill alum stars in the Netflix holiday rom-com alongside Britt Robertson, which follows a former big city dancer who travels home for the holidays and saves her parents' small-town performing venue from shutting down by staging an all-male Christmas-themed revue. As one can imagine, the film is filled with romance, holiday magic, and lots of shirtless Chad Michael Murray serving major Magic Mike energy.
There's been a lot of comparisons to Magic Mike.
I was scared senseless and no experience. I'm more of a wedding dancer and around the house kind of guy. So I dove in. That was a big part of it for me. It's just getting there every day and doing 3-4 sessions a week, 6 hours a day, just getting it and learning the different styles. And
must have been exhausting.
I loved every minute of it.
Really?
I did. I truly did. This was some of the most fun I've ever had making a movie.
Was there anything that you're like, I absolutely can't do this, so someone needs to help me?
Weirdly, they thought that I wasn't going to be able to tap dance. Yes, they had this woman who was going to be Peyton. She was going to double me and the whole thing. Yes, and I was like, guys, I can do it. Just give me time. And I learned it, so I felt, I really stuck it to them.
I went to a movement coach, and we started working on the different styles. You know, I mean, you got country, western, jazz, hip hop, stomp, and they all have different movements. You know, and it lives differently in your body. Did I peak at Magic Mike? 100%. Totally. And I saw what Channing is capable of doing. So yeah, okay, that's never going to happen.
Are there any moves that you kind of just bust out at home now because you're like, I got this?
I live in a pretty goofy household. So there's probably not a lot of time that goes by where we're not doing something absolutely ridiculous with our body.
Body roll.
Yeah, we would do a lot of body roll.
Roll.
But yeah, I mean, I would sit there and, go over the steps with the missus and, we'll just leave it at that.
The new film isn't the only place fans can catch a glimpse of shirtless Chad. The star also posed for a new sexy Christmas calendar tied to the film's release. But he says it's all for a good cause, with proceeds going to St. Jude's.
Can we talk about the holiday calendar that we have outside?
What are we doing that we're not talking about?
We're going to raise a lot of money for charity. That's what we're going to do.
100%. How much convincing did it take you to be a part of that? Because that's been a big hit outside, I gotta say.
This is what I'm saying. I'm like, no one could convince me to do anything like this. And he was like, oh yeah, it's for charity. Like, this is so great. What a great idea.
Every year I try to do something, whether it's a jersey campaign or, autograph this or whatever. And this year, this goofy fun calendar, my way of saying Merry Christmas.
There we go.
A very Merry Christmas indeed. Elsewhere, the star is having a renaissance of sorts. And next up, Freakier Friday 2, which reunites Murray with stars Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
What was it like kind of stepping back on that set and reuniting with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis?
It was so cool to get to meet, Lindsay's baby and her husband, and to just reconnect after all those years and see how much everyone's grown and changed and adapted. And like, Lindsay's work's incredible in the film. Literally, I sat down with the kids because I wanted them to know what I was working on. So we sat down and watched the first one together right before I went to work. And I'm sitting there going, oh my.
She's so talented.
Mind-blowing. Like, not easy to do.
Yeah.
And speaking of big reunions, the star also touched on if he'll reunite with his former One Tree Hill co-stars for the upcoming OTH Reboot.
I have to ask because I am such a massive One Tree Hill fan. I mean, who isn't?
Yeah.
There's the reboot happening. Have you had discussions about it at all? Or is that something that you'd like to do?
No, I haven't had any discussions. Thus, the answer is no at the moment.
I've made some calls, though. So.
She's on it. She's on it. She's
I'll
calling
let
her
you
people.
know.
Whatever iteration of this show that comes, I just want it for the fan base.
For more on this interview, head to THR.com. And for the latest entertainment news and updates, keep watching the Hollywood Reporter News.